Alright, the moment you've all been waiting for. The mini heat! Okay, I'll keep the control the same. This is some cold ass water. That's about right. That's about 12 ounces. Give or take an eighth or so. Lid. You didn't catch on the other one. I took the little one. It was like, I was like, oh my gosh. Yeah, tool bag alert. Alright, right lid. Right lid. Alright, you're not seeing things. I don't know if you can see it. Did I get that in there? Yeah. You're not seeing things. I actually had to change the bottles because the mini heats port and the fuel line are just a smidge smaller than the Bongo's ports. So I had to use the bottle it came with, the Smoke Heater 908 supplied me with for the Black Friday deal, but I did mark it off from 1 ounce, 2 ounce, 3 ounce, 4 ounces. So it should be relatively the same amount of fuel starting out as all the other ones. So let's first fuel ever. Let's see that. So we're doing this together. We're going to be surprised together at the results. Remember, it was like 13 minutes was the going rate for the other one. Let's spark this bad boy up. Woo! That was nice. Hello. Let's start the time. Time's going. You can see that. So time's going. So we will see how long it takes for this one to boil. I put a little bit too much alcohol. Sue me. It's burning off. And it's not causing any damage to the countertop. I hope. So I forgot to talk about the fuel. It looks like less than eighth of an ounce was used to fire this bad boy up, but I don't know if you can see right now. It is glowing a little red on that corner. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to supply it with some much needed heat, fuel. There we go. I'm trying to be careful this time as to not to blast the countertop again. Mi esposa will kick my ass. And the time is now 2 minutes and 32 seconds. Alright, time is now. Did it again. I'm terrible with that. 9 minutes and 41 seconds. That's almost a solid 3.5 minutes. Better boil time. You see that bad boy. Then the Bongo. A few things I noticed during the boil. Let me get this out of the way. Because it's a bottom-fed alcohol-based stove, there's not much of there's basically no reserve after you suck up, after you squeeze the bottle. So if I squeeze the bottle and I let it come out, it's going to pull alcohol back into the bottle, and that's going to take away some alcohol out of the wick. And based on that, it seems about every minute and a half, minute 45 seconds, I'd have to refuel this particular stove. So I would have to be more attentive in the field. It's not a set it and forget it type of stove based on the design. As you can see, make it wiggle. Again, 3/4 of an ounce is utilized to bring this thing to a boil. Again, it is cold water. So basically a solid 3-minute better boil time than the Bongo HNC. And probably one of the main reasons is because the Bongo HNC is so high, and you probably would need maybe 6 rows to get a more efficient burn out of this bad boy. And the other thing is because there's more wick exposed, it's drawing up more heat and probably making a hotter flame to boil the water. So let's take this thing off, and there we go. Notice I'm using the Reflectix. I find it a lot easier. There it is. Now here's the test I've always wanted to try. Let's see if I can this. Okay. Wow, that's not that hot. Alright, that is hot. Alright. Well, I'll try that in the other test. Apparently, you can see, I had to feed this in through one of the holes on the wire pot stand. The other pot stand that I'm going to be using has a dedicated hole, so I'm going to see if I can pick this bad boy up without burning myself like Smoke Eater does. Or I just have weenie little accountant hands. Yeah, we'll find out together. I want you to see this because the fuel line did indeed, you know, spill out of the mini heat and onto the fuel line, and it did eat away at some of the fuel line. I don't have that problem with the fuel line that I was getting from Mini Bull Design. So, little recommendation maybe out to Smoke Eater 908. Maybe look for more heat resistant fuel line for in case that happens, because if you can see, it did eat away a little bit. It didn't penetrate, but I'm sure it might after this next test. Who knows? So, just a little heads up. Final test. And I'm going to then sit back and relax and edit the hell out of this video. Here is the 12-ounce pot. This is Arizona T-Can from Smoke Eater 908. And that is water just below the ring. Just so you can see that. This has been the same as all the other tests. See how just below the ring. That's where I've been putting it for all the other tests. Let's get this out of the way. Correct lid on said pot. This feels better. Again, I refilled the fuel so we can get an accurate test as to how much fuel we're going to be using for this particular pot. I spilled a little more, so Smoke Eater, we may be tearing up this line a little bit. There we go. Bam. Set the timer. Start. And there's the time. Let's see how long it takes this bad boy to come to a rolling boil. Approximately 12 ounces. We have a rolling boil. The time is 10 minutes and 10 seconds. So it's probably almost 30 seconds more boil time. I hate wick. Ooh, I don't like wick on the pots. I really like the Reflectix. So I just blew it out. For that. Now, Smoke Eater 908, it seems to. Alright, I tend to think it's pretty hot. I don't know, maybe it's the larger heat, the Georgia heat you can pick up, but or I'm a wimpy little dude, but I gotta tell you, that stove is mighty hot, even on the bottom. So, I don't know. Alright, it's not super hot, but yeah, it does sting. So, I don't know. Anyway, 3/4 of an ounce again for the boil time, and boil time of 10 minutes, 10 seconds. So we're looking at about an average boil time of about 10 minutes even, with about 12 ounces of really cold water, and the difference in the boil times in the pots, hot bastard you, is kind of insignificant if you're out in the field. I mean, what's 15 to 30 seconds in the field? You're not really going to notice it. You'll be busy doing other things. So why don't I end this by weighing both of these pots, and we'll call it a night. Alright, let's see the weight differences in the pots and the pot stands. Here is the Foster's pot. I did my best to soak up all the water in the pot, so it's the pot, pot stand, lid. Fire this bad boy up. Go ounces. 1.8 ounces. So you can see that. 1.8 ounces. There it is, the 12-ounce pot, hot stand, lid, 1.7 ounces. So now that's with the fiberglass wick on it. I am going to rip that fiberglass wick off because I am not a big fan, and just use a Reflectix, which doesn't even register, and it's 2 grams. So it doesn't register any ounces, and it's only 2 grams. So that might save me a little bit. Who knows? So there you go. There you have it. That's all I'm giving you. It's kind of boring, but you know, sometimes you got to do boring stuff to find the answers you're looking for as far as efficiency in fuel and efficiency in heat output. And based on that, the mini heat, pretty good. Minor things that I've noticed were just you got to refill it more because it's a bottom-fed. It's a bottom-fed alcohol-based remote fuel stove, and what was the other thing? That was about it. It just you got to be more attentive to it. It knocked 3 minutes off the bongo's time. So, all right, I am excited to use this next in the field, whenever that may be. I'm kind of locked down for a while, but thanks for watching, and have fun. Water Monkey loves you.